Welcome back, adventurers. I'm on a roll today. This is my third video. I'm really hoping there is no visual or audio issues while creating these three videos, because I'm gonna be honest, the first one I made, it's the fifth time I've tried to make it. So if it doesn't work out, guys, I'm gonna scrap that video idea. I'm not doing it a sixth time. It's not happening. So hopefully, when I do the editing, there's no issues. All right, but this is 5 minutes of your time in reference to Project Opossum Innuado, which, to provide the translation for everybody, it means charcoal chicken. A little lesson for you there. The Charcoal Chicken Project is supposed to be the 2024 donation bike for Forgotten Angels. This is the bike that I have acquired through some horse trading and for the intentions of donating to Forgotten Angels. Now, last year when we donated the bike as it was with issues. Now, we had put some money into it. We had redone the fuel pump, the fuel line, the whole fuel manifold, front brakes, rear brakes. I can't remember if we had done a tire. I don't think we'd put a tire on that bike yet. And a couple other very small things we had done with that bike before we donated it. But we donated because we felt at the time it was a proper time to be donating the bike. And I got a Volvo shooting up my butt. We understand there's a lot of 18 wheelers right here. I can't do nothing about it. I'm not about to get stuck behind him either, so he can just wait right behind me as I trolley on through. But I want to take it a step up from what I was able to do in 2023 to what I can now do in 2024. I now have a YouTube channel versus where I was just donating before. I now have a YouTube channel, which I hope will fund the repairs for Project Opossum Innuado, or in short, we'll call it Possum. Or Opossum. I'm not good at Spanish. Mala Mexicana is the one who gave me the translation to begin with, so we'll call it Innuado. That sounds like a roll off the tongue. Innuado. I can't roll my R's, guys. Innuado. The channel is hopefully going to be able to fund all the repairs and customizing that I want to do to this bike, with the understanding that this bike and all the money that goes into it isn't for me. It isn't for my channel. It is for that particular project, and because it is going towards that project, to give you a better idea of what I'm going with. Cops up ahead. I need to get over. Skinny pedal time. Skinny pedal. They're always right there. I don't know what this guy was thinking speeding through here. Sorry, guy. Looks like you're giving a donation. But okay. All right. Let me give you a clamshell, right? So the bike cost me X amount. Through horse trading, I no longer have to divulge how much that bike could cost me to bring into the home. But the bike is purchased. It is titled in my name. So it is currently my bike. Now, I am already putting out there my PayPal information that hopefully my subscribers or anyone who views the videos will see and throw some amount towards the project. And then, let's say it costs me $1,000 to get the bike road ready and nephew confident. And what nephew confident is simple. I have this bike. I'm giving it to my nephew, another cop. And it is now ready for my nephew to take wherever he needs to take it. It should give him no issues. He should be able to go across the country on this bike with no worries at all. That is what I consider nephew ready, okay? Sorry guys, traffic's getting a little left and right, left and right. That cop is chasing down somebody else. Wow, okay. So he just pulled over this red SUV, and now he is pulling over somebody else. Let me slow down so this motorcycle can get over. I got you, bro. You good? Come on over, man. Come on over. That's one thing I like to do when I'm out riding or driving. I like to make sure I'm blocking for any other bikers. I mean, I don't know that person from Tom's neighbor's cat, but he's a biker, so I support him in what he's doing. But, all right, so it cost me $1,000 to get Innuado road ready, nephew ready. But through all the raffles and so on and so forth that my channel will be doing, Project Innuado has brought in $5,000. Now it hasn't brought in any yet, and that's fine. But I'm just using this as an example. The $4,000 that is left from fixing the bike and having it nephew ready is now at the camp out when the bike is being presented. That amount left over is now going into the hands of David and Cindy, either in cash or check or however we decide to do it. Whatever is left over will go to them. That is my goal for every donation bike that I come across that I can do. I am throwing tendrils and tentacles out there trying, I almost said testicles. I'm not throwing my testicles out there. I ain't doing that, guys. Y'all can forget that. But the tendrils and tentacles are out there waiting and listening and watching for giveaway donation quality bikes that I can acquire cheap. That's what they're looking for. And then bring into the home and make nephew ready. The eyes and ears are out there. They're watching, they're waiting, and I have 1 or 2 bikes already lined up to come into the stable when it's time. So I've got another one lined up, hopefully. But that's what my year, I'm not gonna say yearly, because hopefully I can get to the point where I can give 2 a year, 1 for each camp out. But that's going to greatly depend on my support base, how much I can get coming in, so I can then funnel that money to the project bike and then get that bike donated, get it presented to David and Cindy. And Innuado is going to go Cholo style. That's why I've named it what I've named it. I wanted to give it a Hispanic name because it is going to be a Hispanic looking motorcycle. It may not fit the bill, but that's the goal we're going for, because this is my first project bike. This is my first bike build, if you want to call it that. So that's what I want it to look like. That's what we're going for. And I'm going to learn a great deal while doing this. I'm going to reach out to a couple people that support Forgotten Angels to see if I can get help with the motor and transmission. It's leaking. The motor and transmission are basically one giant unit together on those bikes. And how the motor works, as it's spinning in one direction, the transmission is supposed to be spinning in the other to kind of mitigate the torque, I guess. makes sense in my head when they explain it to me. So, but it leaks coolant or oil. I'm not sure which, because it's leaking onto a black rubber mat. And because it's a black rubber mat, when it looks wet, it looks black. So I don't know if it's oil or coolant or what, but it's leaking in my shed. On top of it's needing a new battery, on top of there's some cosmetic stuff that we need to get addressed to have it nephew ready. And again, that is the goal for each bike I donate from this point forward, is nephew ready. One second. Which brings me to my next point. The support and funding I have for these project bikes. I already have in the works for this particular bike a raffle that hasn't been started yet because I don't have the item in hand. And what's going to be raffled off is a custom handmade knife. I have contacted the Okmulgee Blacksmithing Guild, and one of their members is making me a knife in the style of my choosing. I picked out what I wanted this knife to look like, and I told them I wanted this knife to be a Damascus pattern, although I was not specific on to which style of Damascus I wanted. That was deliberate because I want whoever is making this knife to not just build what I want them to put their own into it, because they're getting paid for this knife, but the knife isn't for me. As of right now, the funding for this knife is coming out of pocket, which is fine. I'm supporting Forgotten Angels by doing this, by ordering this knife to be made, to be raffled off, for the proceeds of that raffle to go to the bike that I'm donating to Forgotten Angels. It's a snowballing effect. So I am 100% fine donating the money into this knife to get it started, which the billet has already been started. I am 200% fine with that. Now, that being said, I don't know how much this knife is going to cost me yet. It's not looking good. I don't know. Yeah, we're definitely over the 100 mark for this knife. And I have another gentleman I'm contacting. Actually, I'll be reaching out to him today about ordering a presentation box for this knife. This knife will not have its own carrying case as of yet, but it will have a presentation box. But I can't order the box until I have the knife, so it's just a matter of me contacting E&H Woodcraft to let them know, hey, this is what we're looking at. I don't know the exact dimensions yet, but to give you a rough idea what to be expecting as order-wise coming from me next. If in case you didn't know, E&H Woodcraft is also the ones that donated it's a poker chip design after my first poker chip with the Forgotten Angels logo on it. They made and donated that sign to present to David and Cindy, which we donated to them in October. I'm pretty sure it's hanging in their house. I don't know exactly where it's at, but it's there somewhere. They're the ones that donated it. So if you want to support those that support Forgotten Angels, E&H Woodcraft is one of the ones you can support, because he supports me, and together we support Forgotten Angels. So more about that knife is going to be anywhere between 12 to 14 inches. By the way, by talking to the blacksmith who's making it, or bladesmith, I'm not real sure what the difference is. That's something I need to look up. But it's going to be probably closer to the 14-inch mark, because what I wanted was a 12 to 14-inch hip knife to be able to be worn on your thigh, as you're riding a motorcycle. So it's gonna, the case I have in mind for it is gonna be a drop down with a leg loop, so that when you're riding a motorcycle, you have a very strong, very sharp, dependable knife on your side that also looks sexy as hell. And hopefully I'll have that knife in hand by the end of April. All of my 2023 projects are completed. They are no longer in motion. They are done, and they have been presented. So the project bike is a 24 project, and this knife is going to be the first raffle for my channel, and it's going to be a custom made knife. So keep an eye out for you guys. I appreciate y'all's support. Hit the like thingy, the bell. You know I love my bells. Ding ling ling. And subscribe to not only me but those that support Forgotten Angels. And guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.